Hi, welcome back. Patrick here. Well, this is a big topic, isn't it? Creating a meaningful life for yourself. So I hope to impart some ideas you may not have thought of or just haven't implemented in your life so far. Now, before we get moving, don't forget to like if you do, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, please. Don't forget to touch the notifications icon, as this will let you know when I've put out new videos on all things psychologically related. So do you find yourself daydreaming of a better life? A life in which you feel fulfilled? If you do, you most probably get whisked away in your mind of life you wish you had, or you believe you deserve, right? But often we pull ourselves out of the daydream and continue our lives just as they are. Groundhog Day. Remember back when you were a child and an adolescent, I'm sure you had dreams of who you would become, what job you would do, who you would marry, or even if you would get married, and whether having kids would be part of your life as well. By the time we enter adulthood, we have somehow found ourselves working a particular job or having a schedule of some description. Making money becomes a necessity rather than a fulfilling career, and we have become a part of certain relationships, whether that be as a wife, a husband, a partner, a friend. Striving for personal goals often becomes a thing of the past, right? And what creates a meaningful or better life? I've asked myself and others this question so many times, and this is what we're ultimately all searching and striving for, correct? Many say it's our relationships with others, meaningful and purposeful work or daily lifestyle, and a sense of achievement, however that looks for you. There have been many studies on what people on their deathbed say they wish they had done or focused more on whilst they were alive. And these three things often come up. So instead of focusing on the what if in life, let's take a deep dive into what you can do starting today to create a more meaningful life for yourself. The first one is mindfulness. And here's that topic once again, which I've covered in many videos before. I know I talk a lot about this, but it's an essential part to learn to be more present, connected, and live in the now. Now just indulge me for a moment as I tell you a story about myself. And look, this is personal and it involves both mindfulness and also my Harley Davidson motorcycle. I'm sure at this point you're thinking, hang on, how does a motorcycle fit with mindfulness? Isn't mindfulness about sitting on a mountain like a Zen monk and meditating? But quite honestly, what you will know about motorcycle bikes is that they do force you to pay attention. One of my life goals has been to learn to ride and own a Harley Davidson, and I did just that. However, during my lessons and then my testing to learn to ride a motorcycle, I felt the impact of being fully in the moment. On the day of my final test to obtain my unrestricted motorcycle license, it was raining quite badly. During a test run of reaching a certain speed and braking on a wet road, I may add, I was pushed into a pure mindful state of 100% focus, clarity, and awareness of my surroundings. If I wasn't, it could have meant injury or, look, even worse. And I've maintained this laser focus whenever I take my Harley out. Now, Zen Buddhism may teach mindfulness, but as Zen's monks got nothing on me when riding my bike. I'm in the moment, and it literally feels incredible. Now, in some ways, living inattentively, thoughtlessly, and unaware of your surroundings is having, half a life here on earth. You miss out on the feeling I described previously. This feeling of being fully present and experiencing this life you have. Don't become mesmerized by the constant passing thoughts of your mind. Step out and pay attention to the scenery. Look at what's happening around you, outside of yourself. As life is all around you, stimulating your consciousness with new ideas, solutions to problems you weren't even considering, and the possibility of connection and growth. Be aware of when you are multitasking, the pull of distraction, and train your brain to refocus. Fully listen to the person talking with you in that moment and become a part of your own life unfolding. The second point is take back your time. Now, have you experienced what I like to term social media or Instagram time travel? This is where you log on to social media, or quite often it's Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, and it's suddenly 30 minutes later, 1 hour later, 4 hours later. You may try to deny this, but I think most of us are guilty of this. Even if you only log on for half an hour whilst eating your breakfast, 50 minutes here, 50 minutes there, another few 15-minute blocks throughout the day, you'll find if you add up all the time at the end of the day, you've spent hours of your day lost on social media, blind and deaf to what's happening around you in your actual life. Now, I do this too. It's a sign of the times. Many clients I see tell me, but I feel connected to others when I look at my friends' social media pages and get notifications on my phone. I have so many friends on Facebook, or I have so many likes on YouTube. But flicking through social media, being alerted via notification of what's just been posted online is not the same as genuinely connecting with that person or someone. You're not honestly building a solid relationship. Often the likes and the notifications are just stoking and stroking each other's ego and nothing more. And as for whiling away the time by getting lost in thought, overanalyzing what occurred in an earlier interaction you had with a colleague, etc., it often doesn't progress us anywhere, right? I don't know, it's kind of like rocking in a chair, using energy but not getting anywhere from it. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying we don't benefit from scrolling through the net or social media when we want a short break or just a rest. It can be fun, and most of us, like I, do it. What I'm saying is, when we find ourselves a million miles away in our thoughts about something that has already happened, or scrolling on our phones, time, an irreplaceable resource, is gone. It's lost. Now, the third point I wanted to bring up is get more sleep. We've become a society of do more, get more done. And by striving for more in the pursuit of a better life, we often sacrifice our sleep at night to give ourselves more time. But it's our sleep time, our rest and rejuvenation time, that enables us to be more productive during the day. You expose yourself to lower mood states, increased stress, and difficulty focusing and concentrating by, sacrificing sleep time. But giving yourself the time to sleep can improve your life. You will make fewer mistakes during the day, build stronger connections with others, and generally feel more energized and upbeat. Good sleep patterns reduce stress levels, decrease weight gain, and decrease doctor visits. Everyone requires a different amount of sleep to function their best in the day. So experiment a little. Try 6 hours, 7 hours, Keep doing this for around 1 to 2 weeks and find the amount of sleep you need to function well and be an active part of your own life during those waking hours. Now, you will not create a meaningful life if you walk through it like a zombie, deprived of sleep. Find the right amount of sleep for you. Get that amount as consistently as possible, and you'll find nearly every aspect of your life improves in meaningful ways. Now, fourthly, delegate and do what you do best. Focus on the things in life you know you do well and do them. Put them into action, but also know when to delegate tasks to others who you know do things better than yourself. I once heard a quote, "Only do what only you can do." When you do what others can do, you will ultimately compare yourself to them and compete with them. And healthy competition is good, don't get me wrong, but it has a time and a place. Competing in sport and games is great, but life, it isn't a game. Find your niche and learn to excel at it. Be the best you can do and the best you can be. Now it doesn't mean you can't learn something else from someone else's talent or put your spin on what someone else is doing, but try to stay in your lane. What makes you unique? What sets you apart? Why were you put on this earth? These are the questions to ask. Now, the last quote here is that, "I fear not the person who has practiced 5,000 skipping techniques once. I fear the person who has practiced one skipping technique 5,000 times." And fifthly, align with your purpose. Have you ever been at the end of your day and look, you thought to yourself, "I started my day well, but it seems to have a bad note by the end of the day." You start thinking, "I should have done more today, done something different. I didn't achieve what I wanted to." And while there may have been one distraction that took you away from what you wanted to do, the problem is more significant than that. Usually, look, the problem isn't just distraction. It wasn't watching that funny cat video on YouTube that sent you astray. It's something more. It's often that your daily tasks and activities are not aligned with what you see as purposeful and meaningful and what matters to you. This is why distraction crops up so often. If you don't know your own why, purpose, or where you draw meaning from, you will find yourself distracted by literally anyone and anything. I encourage you to set an intention in the evening or the morning, whichever you prefer, for the day ahead. Remind yourself why you are choosing the intention as well. The purpose of this is to keep you focused on what matters to you, to create a more meaningful day. It's also helpful to spend some time journaling, writing down what matters to you in broader life. What are you passionate about? Not what your parents instilled in you or you heard at school. What matters to you deep down within your soul? Maybe you're passionate about the care of animals or the environment or children in India. Whatever it is, and it can be anything, try to do something in your own life to work towards your passion and purpose. Seriously, it will make a change to your life. So this brings us to the end of today's chat on creating a more meaningful life. And I hope it has given you some new ideas on how to achieve this for yourself. And what I want to do is I want to leave you today with a quote, an American author, Jim Rohn. And he once said, "Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change." Make the change happen in your life. Don't wait for it. And before I go, please like and share, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to touch that notification icon, as this will let you know when I've put out new videos on something psychologically minded. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.